This past week we've been down in Florida and ended up Saturday at Lake Lindsay. Had the opportunity to take a look at the new Husqvarna 592 XP. Steve with Husky was there for this event that Amsler put on. They put on an annual chainsaw safety day every year. And Steve brought his demonstrators. And I've been looking forward to running one of these things. And if you haven't seen it, it's an amazing lightweight saw for the power that it has. It worked really good just brushing around the tree. Had a 28-inch bar on it, so it worked pretty good with my height. And chain was still new. It had been maybe cut just a little bit, but it's starting to dull a little. But this old dead pine tree that they had there, and so it's about 26-inch DBH, I think. And it had been dropping limbs all around, so I did a little bit of cleaning around that, cut some vines, and we played with a little spring pole there. And then I started notching. And chain was a little bit dull there, but it was able, you could put some pressure on it and it would come right through, so didn't have any problem doing the face notch cuts. Started to bore cut, and this thing you could hold up by the front handle even with a 28-inch. It was a lightweight bar on there, but with 28-inch you could pick it up on the front handle and just balance perfect, and flipping it over, it just fits your hands very well. Did the bore cut through, had a couple inches of bar to spare, and set up a 2.5-inch hinge on this thing. And then started cutting back, and then you could really feel the power on this. And got back there. The tree was almost straight as far as side to side and forward to back. The limbs had fallen off pretty well symmetrically, so it was needing a wedge there. So I tapped that in and cut the back strap off, and we drove it on over. The acceleration is really quick on this saw, and you set it down there, you can hear it just drops right down to a little loping idle, and it's a very, very consistent run. All the choke and everything is automatic on this thing. It has the latest phase of the auto-tune carburetor. I see the top just kind of disintegrated on this thing. Then we put it into some bucking. I wanted to try to cut it. It had still on the stump, and I wanted to show a couple techniques there. So I did a little log lift to begin with, and then we'll take and sharpen the chain a little bit before I do the other. Made a big difference in the cutting speed.
What it's doing? Can y'all see it?
Yeah, raise up.
Lifting up and they resonate.
Wanted to sharpen it up a little bit. It hadn't really been sharpened before. It cut a little bit in demonstration. But I used my Bird chain sharp, which is the same as a Husqvarna Sharp Force, and just roughly went over it very quickly. And it made a big difference when we got to the bucking cuts.
And you want to try to keep your hand going straight as possible, inside to outside of the tooth. I roll it back just a little bit, make the first 3 or 4 strokes, and then I take and drop it down against the front. So I don't. Weak and warm weather. Sweatlands don't know what to do.
We had a great group this year attending the workshop, about 38 people. And they really enjoyed it, and especially after I got finished, they brought in barbecue for everyone, so it was a great morning.
Depth gauge to the height of the point. You want to try to keep, as I said earlier, you want to try to keep all your teeth.
The saw started very easily with the compression release. When you start it cold, you go up to a start position. Then after that, it can be pulled through. Everything adjusts and sets, and it just moves right through. The log was solid. It was bark falling off, but the wood is very solid. I'll have another video showing the rest of the workshop that you can tune in on also. But it has some power to it, I can tell you that. I bored in and really loaded it on the stump to take the stump down a little bit. Show them this stumping technique using a bore cut and a pushing chain to pile the sawdust back in. Keeps the saw off of the bar, and you can just walk right around it. But I loaded it pretty good. It didn't hesitate at all. The thing just smooths right out, goes into passing gear.
Take the saw and start cutting from the outside. It's building chain pretty fast too. But basically, you got to walk around it, and if you go in with a tip nut and it pinches a bit, the tip comes flying out. Once you bury the tip on this, it can't come out. You can always get your saw out. So you got a pretty tall stump.
I want to thank Steve with Husqvarna for allowing me to use his demo for the presentation, and also for Amsler's for setting up a great group this year, and it went very well. I hope you enjoyed that, and need to go by and check out one of those 592s for yourself if you're into larger saws. And hope to see you along the Forest Apps Road somewhere. Thanks for watching.